Hi, I'm Kristabel and welcome to my rented home. Come on in.
Welcome to the 9th episode of How I Rent. So for those who are new here, How I Rent is a series that I started at the beginning of this year to basically just champion renters who are choosing to decorate their home in a way that reflects them and their personality. So in this episode, I have Kristabel next to me.
Hi.
So we'll start off by Kristabel introducing herself.
Hello. So I am Kristabel.
We know Kristabel.
I am Kristabel. That is my Instagram as well. Make sure you go and follow. I'm an online content creator from London, born and bred, and I love a lot of things basically.
Tell us how long you've been blogging, because it's been a long
I'm an
time.
oldie. I think it'll be 11 years on the 7th.
11?
Yeah, it'll be 11 years. I seem to view blogging in terms of school years, so I don't know. There were people, maybe when I started there were people in the equivalent of the 6th form, but now I don't even know what you would call it. I'm like postgraduate or something, like doing a PhD or the equivalent. Yeah,
I love it. I am at Kristabel's house because I wanted to share with you her experiences basically living in a shared accommodation, because she shares her ground floor house with...
there's 3 others. So it's technically a first floor flat, but it does feel a lot more like a house because it's on 3 different levels. So you got the first flight of stairs, it's my room, the bathroom, Lucy's room. Then you go up like a mini flight, there's another room, then the living room, the kitchen, and then there's a spiral staircase that goes into the loft, and that's where Ben lives. And he's been here like for 10 years living here.
Wow. And
so
you've been here for...
I've been here for 5.5, I think, almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just thought it's an interesting perspective just to see how, because I know a lot of renters in London maybe can't afford to rent a full house. So I'm assuming that renting with other people is much cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, when I moved in, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I live, my family live in South London, so I was living with them after uni. It made the most sense, but I was going a bit crazy. So, Lucy said, Lucy had moved in here, like, she'd been here for 3 months, I think.
Lucy's my
housemate. I talk about her a lot.
Yeah.
She's a blogger.
For those that don't know.
She's at Shiny Thoughts, and yeah, we go way back. I think I met her like 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
At an event. And we hit it off, like we became closer. Within a year she came to my graduate show in Nottingham.
Oh, wow.
And we were just meeting up, going to events, and eventually, she graduated and was looking for somewhere to live, and she did all the house viewings and everything. And then I was sort of half-heartedly doing this a few months later, and then she was like, oh, I'll let you know if someone moves out, because, this could be a really good situation for you. And then someone did, so... Yeah, I moved in June 2014.
Okay, gosh, that seems like ages ago.
It literally was, I was a different person.
Yeah.
I literally was. I had a different style. I had no interior style. Had a lot of random things. I managed to fit all my stuff in the back of my dad's car. Would not be able to do that now.
But you were saying earlier that your style has kind of refined, like you would go to stores and just pick up things at random.
Just random things.
But now you're a bit more confident in your choices.
Yeah, I love it. It's still a mix. Like I love a bit of, the mid-century aesthetic, but then also the slightly more pink. I keep describing it as like the Wes Anderson aesthetic, because it just wouldn't seem out of place in a Wes Anderson film, like the pink velvet and maybe the gold or copper accents and
it's nice though. I love how you bring all of like the colours and the accents together. And I love how you kind of mix patterns as well.
Thank you.
Very Jonathan Adler, I feel like. So, you were mentioning about your landlord earlier.
Yes.
He doesn't live in the UK.
He doesn't. We think he's rich. He lives in the US. Probably shouldn't say too much. I haven't Googled him. Probably, I don't know if I should. But it's all managed through an agency. But I have met the landlord twice. And he was quite nice. You know, he didn't say anything about like, why have you nailed loads of stuff into the walls? But we think he may have some other intentions to for this place, which would mean we may have to vacate very soon, which is quite...
one of the downsides.
Yes.
The lack of security with renting, especially when you private rent.
Yeah.
You just don't... I mean, your contracts are normally renewed like every 6 months or a year, but you just can't plan too much in advance, can you?
Yeah,
it's like a sense
it's
of
so weird. Because when I moved in, I was like, I'm sure I'll be back home soon. I'll run out of money, but I'm still here, and now it feels like home. Like this new part of London feels like home, and I'm still like, we don't know what's happening. We're in a bit of an uncertain, period, but. Who knows? I'll have to, deal with it when it comes.
Exactly. That's the best way to deal with anything like that. So what would you say would be the pros and the cons of living in a shared accommodation?
It's much more affordable. We split everything 4 ways. Even Spotify, we now have a family Spotify.
Nice.
Which is great. And I mean, there's always someone there. Well, not always. That's a lie. But if this is a big enough property that I have my own space. But then if I did want to go and chat to someone, I could. I could sit in the living room and just see who turns up.
I love that. Just see who turns up.
Yeah.
What you do?
I mean, it's going to be one of the 3 others that would, sometimes.
Somebody random. But
not normally. There's not too many randoms that come in.
Okay.
There are a lot of builders though, because there's been some work happening on the house. That can be annoying because you just don't know what, the builders are going to turn up. They turned up at 8 a.m. the other day and my washing was in the hallway and I could hear them knocking the washing and I'm like, stay away from my washing. So that can be annoying. Everything gets fixed, eventually. We did have some issues, but when our washing machine broke, we got a new one within days, and it depends what kind of landlord you have. Like, luckily our one, he looked at the kitchen, was like, okay, we're going to give him a new kitchen. We've got a lovely new kitchen now, which is amazing. We've not had any, overly negative situations. The cons, it can be annoying. I feel like each room has a downside. My room is the coldest room. I'm also, there's the neighbour next door. If I open the windows in the summer, her smoke, she smokes an hour, once every hour. So her smoke will come through the window. And I'm like, can you not go out? Can you not go out somewhere? Go on a holiday. Why are you here? She'll probably hear me. But but it's always on the hour, every hour having a fag. Why? I mean, I get people smoke, but you do it every hour. Can I not have some air? It does, the wind just happens to... The wind blows the smoke in the window. Not ideal. It's a cold room. But I'm very lucky with the amount of space. I'm a bit too used to it. As you can see, I've moved everything in that you could possibly fit. What else is a con?
Food, you mentioned about food as well, so you have your
we have our own cupboards. Yeah, that just works. We all eat different things. We have different systems. I tend to batch cook. I eat a big meal. No, I cook a big meal. I cook a big meal and I eat it for 4 days, whereas my housemate, Lucy, wants to eat something new every day. And I'm like, why would you... I can't be bothered to cook every day.
Do you think that could be part of your...
They're in a couple though, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, I think I do that as well, but I get it from my mum maybe, because she will cook and then she'll save it for the next day.
Yeah, I'm used to that. But the Sunday dinner was always the Monday dinner. You would never ask on Monday what is the dinner, because you know what the dinner was. It was what you had yesterday. Sometimes Tuesday was she would evolve the dinners. Yeah. And then there'll be some days where she's like, I'm not cooking. You cook. Just come up with something, or it's this random pasta that you're forced to add to the curry that she made, because she's like, got to use it up. You'd have the most random things, but now I would do that because I'm like, I spent my money on it, I'm going to use it up. So I try not to waste food, but it does happen. You forget about the coriander. There's always coriander. You're like, I forgot it.
I love coriander.
Yeah, it's so good.
Do you see yourself ever buying a home?
Oh my gosh.
Do you see yourself living alone first of all?
I don't know.
Renting
I mean, I thought I would just be here until they kicked me out, and I thought that would be a bit longer than potentially next year, but who knows? I really...
What is your mindset about renting?
I mean, I'm not... my mindset is...
how do you feel about it? Because I feel like this is how I rent, and we're talking a lot about renting, decorating, but I know that every renter has their own thoughts about it. it's quite individual. I can't speak for all of us, but how would you say that you feel about renting? Is it like a stopgap for you, or is it just...
It's weird because I don't know like how long this period of my life will last for. Like, because you feel like you go through these, you're meant to go through these life stages. You get married, you have kids.
You say meant to as well.
Well,
it's expected, isn't it?
Yeah, you're expected. But what happens when you break the mold? And you know, potentially we could be renting for a lot longer, especially in London. You know, living in flat shares. Obviously, my housemate is like 40-something, 44. Who knows?
There's actually a lot more. I was reading today. There's a lot more people who are renting mid-30s to 40s. It's a lot more common than people actually think.
Yeah, what my housemate's done, and it's only now he's thinking of buying somewhere. So, who knows? But I think when I moved in, I didn't know what this, time in my life would be like. Now I can look back and I'm like, it's been a time where I figured out a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about myself. I've gotten very deep, as you'll probably tell.
Could you have done that living alone, or do you think you're?
I just don't think I would have been able to live alone. That's the thing. I would have just been living at home, and I would have just gone a bit crazy. I think I don't know what would have happened because I just needed my own space, my independence. It's very hard to go from uni, and then I lived in New York for a bit, and then back to uni, and then graduated, moved home, and I think it depends on your family dynamic because if you have a lot of older siblings, then your house might feel a bit more grown up. But because my sister's younger, it was just a bit different.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I think I needed to have some space to figure things out, learn about myself, figure out who I am and what I like. And I've done that in terms of like my interior style.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot. And
your room
itself.
Yeah, you decorate it really lovely as well. It's nice and cozy.
I obviously decorate when I've like stuck a lot of stuff.
No, it's definitely, this is a decorated room.
Okay.
And also it's in your theme colours, your bright colours that you like, which you said earlier. So you put your own stamp on it. Well, we are going to have a little tour of the communal space. Does that sound really formal? Communal space.
The communal, it's what it is.
Yeah. Communal. So if you like this video, please leave us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And have a great day.
Okay, so this is my bedroom. Look at it. It's so bright and full of things.
Yes, the first thing I noticed was the cushions, Kristabel.
There's a few. No, I don't know if I've got
Just
enough.
a few.
Do you think I've got enough?
I think you've got more than enough.
I think I could have a few more though.
Okay, tell us now. Can you tell us where they are all from?
Oh my god, where are my cushions from?
Yeah.
Okay, so cushions. Okay, what we got? So we got Habitat. This is Hay, River Island, Jules, Olivia Rubin for Etsy, IKEA, Mexico, Habitat, Mexico, Evermade, Hay, Own Your Home, Nikki McWilliams, IKEA.
So that was pretty cool that you actually remembered every single place.
I have a really weird memory. Like, I remember everything.
So tell us about this space, because this is you are sharing.
I'm sharing.
And this is your
own
space.
This is everything I could ever want it to be and more. No, but it's just me. I've really discovered my interior style. Like, when I moved in 5 and a bit years ago, it was a bit of a mishmash, and I just would go to IKEA and buy like random storage, and then think like, why have I actually bought this? Like, do I actually need it?
Yeah.
And now I do buy with like aesthetics in mind. I now know that I love a mixture of like mid-century pieces, but then also whimsical, like Wes Anderson style pieces, pink velvet. I love it all. I want it all, basically. But I've tried to make it work with the space. So there's a lot of pine, like pine, and then pine and pink. So because
pine is good.
Yeah, I mean, my original wardrobe was that colour, and the original bookcase was that colour.
Okay, let's just swing around to see your bookcase. Actually, can you show us this bookcase?
So the bookcase.
Yes.
This is like, oh, I'm so happy with it.
Love your styling.
Before it just was, it was more functional. Like, it wasn't, with all the different cubes and the different zones. But once I got this, I thought, okay, I'm going to have zones. I'm going to have colour coordinated books.
Yeah.
I'm going to have knickknacks because I have a lot of stuff. So everything, like this has got makeup bags in. This has got like sunglasses. There's sunglasses in here. Basically, all my plugs are like in here. Plugs,
hidden away.
Plugs and glasses. I don't even know there's like DIY bits in there. All of these have like yarn, bubble wrap, like random things. This has got like makeup. I think that's more makeup bags. That has maybe got party bits and bobs.
Okay.
And there's still like loads of nails. Okay, there used to be loads of nails in here.
Remind us, where are these shelves from? Because they can hold a lot, can't
these
they?
are IKEA.
Are they Billy? The Billy bookcase?
It might be Billy.
Okay.
And it's extended. But yeah, everything is, from all over. I've got loads of bags from like Mexico. There's a bag from Mauritius. A bag from Morocco. Bag from Spain. One from Zara.
Kristabel, do you use all these bags?
Yes, all the
regularly?
time.
Oh,
well, that's a joke. I mean, this is just so impractical. I've used this for a wedding, but
do you know what? Loads of people have these bags.
yeah, this is the eBay version. It's a bit cheeky.
Okay, still works though.
It looks good, but I just use it to store my sunglasses. I'm lucky because when you walk in, you see the fireplace.
Yeah.
There's a lot of focus here.
Mm-hmm.
I've added more plants, so some of these have come within the last like two or 3 weeks.
Okay.
One is on its last legs. We're trying to like revive it.
Which one?
This one. I don't really know what's wrong with her. All the books. I don't know if you're anything like me. You have a pile of books. You're trying to read at once. I'm trying to read like 5 books at once. I've got a Kindle with a bit of Chimamanda on
Which
it.
do you prefer, Kindle reading or actual book reading, like physical book in your
A
hand?
Kindle is practical because you can just like screenshot pages.
Mm.
But there's nothing better than having a book, having the pages. It really helps you like de-stress. You're not looking at a screen. You can focus. I took this from my co-working space. They have like a little area where you can borrow a book.
Okay.
So I'm going to borrow this.
Mm.
I think it looks quite nice. It's just a bit messed up. But maybe you don't want to put that in. But she went through a lot basically. So I'm intrigued, and I didn't have to pay for it. So I'm going to just borrow this for a few months.
Tiles from where?
That's from Lisbon. I think.
Okay.
It's just stuff I like. And I bought this. Habitat were having a sale, like 25% off. So I bought 2 plates for no reason. And then,
as you do. Yeah.
and I couldn't be bothered to put this back in my kitchen cupboard, so it's now just there. And then I've got other tiles, plate from Morocco, plate from Mexico, and then the bowl from Habitat. So they're just going to live there for now. But I always think, I'm always buying things for my future home.
Yeah.
But, you've got to make the future happen, which is something I never really thought about.
Getting a sneak peek into the cupboard.
Oh,
apparently this is messy. So is this really?
I did go through this. I've got a lot of shoes, and then the funny thing is I just wear trainers most of the time. But I just feel like I need to hold on to these.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but it takes me a while to like clear things out in stages. So maybe I have to wait a year, and then I'm like, actually, I haven't worn these in a year. Now they can go.
Yeah.
I need to go through that stage at some point, but I don't know where. These are the corners you don't really see on the gram because I'm not good at taking pictures of contrast. Having a window behind you and you're like, the window's blown out.
Yeah.
So this is where all my practical stuff is. My desk, my notebooks, my electric heater. It's all the mess.
Handy.
I have bins. I have like a bin for. Oh god, I don't know if you want to show you what's in my bin.
Oh gosh, show us.
The bin is actually from Mexico.
Okay. It's a pretty bin actually.
And then, I think one day it may not be a bin. One day it could. It might fit. I really should have measured these when I bought them and like measured this, and I could have like done, but I didn't. So now it's a bin. But in the future, it may be for storage. And then I have like a recycling bin, electric heater, just loads of rubbish, and then my printer's like in these crates because it's really hard to like store a printer. So it's hidden. All my stuff, like all my tax receipts, I'm going to have to sort within the next month or 2. I just seem like a crazy old lady with those things, don't I? We're going to the living room.
Okay.
A lot of fun happens here. Yeah.
So was this wall painted yellow when you moved in?
Yes, but luckily we love yellow, so
yeah.
It's good. It's all good.
And the art?
The art. So these are. I think this is actually mine. This was through a project with King and McGaw.
Right.
So I've worked with a lot of brands, and this is going to be like a running theme. A lot of pieces that I've been kindly gifted, and I'm very much appreciated because it gives me a chance to experiment a bit quicker than I would be able to normally.
Yeah.
I just love anything graphic, anything modern, anything bold, anything colourful.
Yeah.
And although this isn't, ideally where it would be, it's just sort of here because there's nowhere else to put it. I don't know how to put it on the wall.
Yeah.
So it's just in the fireplace. Looking
Okay.
gorgeous.
And so I know that because you flat share.
Yes.
Well, this is not a flat. This is house share.
It's weird. It's classed as like a first floor flat, but
Oh,
it
is
does
it?
feel more like a home, like
Okay.
a house.
Because I was going to ask, like,
different levels and everything.
Okay. I was going to ask, do you ever like clash when it comes to decorating the communal areas?
No, I mean, luckily we're here with two quite, there's 4 of us. I live with Lucy, who's also a content creator, and everyone else is like very chilled, happy to go along with it. I mean, I don't know if they've had much choice. Like Lucy's boyfriend lives here, so I feel like she can quite easily convince him. So we have a lot of foliage, thanks to Lucy. She's very good at caring for plants.
Good.
Telling me to water them as well.
At least you have somebody reminding you to water your plants.
Yes, definitely. So it's, there's a lot of random stuff in here, but we've made it work. We've hidden a lot of stuff in the corner.
Okay.
We've got, obviously, the TV, got some booze,
Yeah.
got a table.
That table's
Very
nice,
round
by
up.
the
I
way.
don't know, I think, this was here when we moved in,
Okay.
and we've gradually, we've added another chair. We used to have 3, so it was a bit awkward when people came round. But I think every, flat share has a bit of a mismatched aesthetic. So we have the Christmas tree. This is actually temporary because I did a project with John Lewis recently, so it's nice. We've never had a Christmas tree here before. Really, I went to town with the decorations.
I noticed that you have lots of cushions. Are you the chooser of all these cushions? Because they seem very your trademark.
Yeah, well, I actually did an IKEA project 3 years ago. So a lot of these are a result of that. Before it was not good. It was not pretty. But I was able to choose some cool colours, come up with a colour scheme just based on the yellow, and I think it works. Right, so we're going to go through the house. So Lucy's other room is in here.
Love these stairs, by the way. Sorry.
Yes.
That's to the attic, isn't it?
Yes, it's Ben's room up there.
Okay.
And then you come down this staircase. Right, so this is our latest gallery wall. So this was part of an Etsy collaboration.
Yeah.
Because the task was to just do up an area of the house that needed a bit of, a bit of love. And this just was our dumping ground. So yeah, we got.
You say dumping ground, but this is done very strategically. I love
But
it.
previously it was, and
Okay.
it kind of still is because there's still stuff here. But we had a few surplus prints lying around. We added a few new ones. Got this new banner from Cub Kids,
Okay.
and Lucy helped me. Well, she pretty much put this all on the wall because my DIY skills are not quite at her level.
Okay. So did you use self-adhesive or did you
No.
nailed them in?
No, because I didn't know about all this command stuff. 5 years ago, I was like,
Was it here 5 years ago?
I don't know. No one was talking about it.
That is true.
Home content. I can't even remember what home content was like 5 years ago. But now, you've come up with all these hacks, and I'm like, oh damn it, I've got to fill in the wall at some point. How do I do that?
That's why I hate using nails. Otherwise, nails are so
Yeah.
much more easier, but
Yeah.
self-adhesive just doesn't pull any paint off. That's why I like them.
know. This is the kitchen. Yes, recently redone. So we're very lucky that the landlord decided to, sort out the old tatty kitchen that was in here. It was peeling. Literally, the cupboard doors were peeling.
Was it? Oh
yeah, It
gosh.
was horrible. So this is a lot more impressive. But there's 4 of us using it, so it does get messy quite quickly.
Yeah.
There's always something drying. But it's good. We've got taller cupboards. We can store a lot more inside. Before there was so much on the top. Now there's not as much.
Do you have to label your food?
No, I have a shelf.
Okay.
I have quite a good, decent sized shelf. Got my own cupboard over there. The cupboard is a bit of a mess. I should have tidied it. There's a lot
I want to see.
It's not it's such a mess. It's got there's a lot of seasoning.
That's not a mess.
Basically.
Okay, you're not really a junk food person, are you?
I have junk food, but I'm
Have
quite
you?
controlled. So I have a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
good.
seasoning. Every time I travel, I bring something back. Got curry powder. Got more. I just keep buying seasoning. Why? I haven't even used it all.
You can't have too
Jerk.
much seasoning.
I think there's 3 or 4 kinds of jerk in here. Some of it. Oh God! Okay. Cookies in the sink.
Do you share household chores, or do you like cook for each other?
Cook for each other. We have a cleaner who comes we've got 2 cleaners that come every 2 weeks. And we try and like keep on top of it in between that. But yeah, we used to have a system, but it just doesn't. We've had some issues with it, so we're just trying to keep on top of things. But my thing is the bathroom, like keeping that clean. Always, like,
that's the main part.
It's very important for me.
Yeah,
washing the mats. You know, making sure bins are emptied. My props.
Ooh, pretty.
My bowls that no one is like allowed to use, and my nice like copper cutlery. Got some recipes. So yeah, technically I have 2 cupboards because I managed to negotiate that.
Yeah.
When Lucy moved her boyfriend in.
Okay.
She was like, I can give you more cupboards. And I was like, I'll take that.
That is nice.
Okay. Let's get out.
This is so cute.
I've not been out here for a
month.
month.
My god, it's so cold.
I hope you're warm enough. It's in the summer. It's just nice to chill. Or to look at the view.
Yeah.
We've got, oh my god, this plant is like waterlogged. I don't even know what to do with this. So I just pour it.
Pour it over. Are you ready to play Medina's quick-fire questions? Okay. So you have to answer as quickly as possible.
Okay.
What's your favourite colour?
Pink.
What's your favourite blog?
Mine?
What makes you laugh the most?
Drag Race.
What was the last movie you went to see?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I watched one on a plane. I watched what did I watch? Bohemian Rhapsody on a plane.
Oh, so did I actually.
Yeah.
What did you want to be when you was younger?
A fashion designer.
If you could hire someone to help you, would it be with cleaning, cooking, or garden work?
I did a cleaner.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Bibimbap.
What?
So random.
What is that?
Korean.
Okay.
Random, isn't it?
Very, I don't even know what it is.
Get it? It's good.
What is the first thing you notice about someone?
Their hair, maybe?
If you were a superhero, what powers would you have?
To just never be late and just arrive somewhere as soon as I need to be there.
Basically fly then.
Flying.
How many pillows do you sleep with?
I mean, I've got 4, but I tend to just use the one. So these will go to the side.
What 3 items would you take with you to a deserted island?
3 items?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Just 3, not people.
Is there Wi-Fi on the island?
No, there's no Wi-Fi.
Okay, so there's no point in bringing the phone.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know. What
Come on, number 1.
Oh my god, a book.
Okay.
I don't know, a towel? I don't know.
Random.
And
the third
sunbathe.
Okay, and the third one?
Some, like, a never-ending supply of food. Maybe a barbecue so I can make some fish.
Okay. We'll leave it there.
Seasoning with the barbecue, yeah.
What was your first job?
I used to work in a Communal centre and I would help kids with their maths and English.
Lovely. And last question, which kitchen appliance do you use the most?
The coffee machine.